First off, I want to kind of talk about this subject that's been kind of going around a lot lately. And the question right now, it's it's whether or not Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Fame player. And in my opinion, what happens with sports is we see something new, something flashy, and in the moment, um, we have recency bias. We act like what's happening now is the best that's ever happened before, or like you know talking like Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer. I don't think Stafford's a Hall of Famer. I think one great season in your career. Apart from the good statistical seasons, I know he had a couple good years in Detroit, but never really being a top three QB in the NFL at a given time. I mean, you could probably even make an argument he's never even been top five. He's always been that, like, I don't know, I'd say he's in the 7 to 12 range typically every season. Maybe fringe top five in his best years, but like to say someone like that's a Hall of Famer simply because they had good stats and they had one good season, I think it's just a recency bias thing. We kind of get into the the call during Super Bowl Sunday. I think it was Chris Collinsworth that mentioned that the Rams' final drive was like a one of the most memorable drives in Super Bowl history. And the fact of the matter is, it wasn't. Um, the drive was kind of plagued by penalties towards the end of it. And don't get me wrong, it was a good drive. Cooper Kupp made a lot of nice plays on that drive, but to say this is like the greatest drive in Super Bowl history, or even one of them, it's kind of crazy. It's like totally recency bias, and that's what we get with the Stafford thing. I mean, just a couple years ago, Jared Goff took this similar team, the same team, to the Super Bowl himself, and he was very close to winning it. And I understand Goff is not the same caliber of quarterback as Matthew Stafford, but Goff was already in the picture, and he could have won a Super Bowl himself. So would we have started talking about Jared Goff as a Hall of Famer, or Joe Flacco, some of these other guys who win a Super Bowl but they're not all-time great players? And I think Matt Stafford has some of the pieces, and his career's far from over. So if he does make another run, win another Super Bowl, or even make another Super Bowl, like, we can get more into that conversation as he gets later in his career. But just going off of like saying that, him winning his first Super Bowl is solidification that he's a Hall of Famer, I completely disagree with that take. Um, just my opinion though. Everyone's right to their own. I think that, like, right now there's a lot of QBs better than Matt Stafford. Even when, like, Matt Stafford's best years with Calvin Johnson, I never really thought like, oh, he's the top three, top five even. So it's just a weird thing that people are bringing up, saying that he's a Hall of Famer all of a sudden, just because of this one thing.